Mobility Scooter Massacre is a random-ass game I found on IndieDB. It was developed in Game Maker Studios by username Sam Galactic and released for Windows platforms on June 21st, 2014. At least that's what it says on the side of the page in the description. I was unable to find any more information on it than that, which comes as no surprise, as this thing has only been downloaded 19 times. Ever. Despite this, it's still apparently the 7,654th most popular game of 26,413 on IndieDB, making me wonder what other madness could possibly be lurking like the Dark Lord Cthulhu beneath the murky depths of this site. So what exactly do we have to look forward to with this? Well, the description has this to say. When Prince Albert's father is assassinated, the heir must go on a quest to find his kingdom's ancestral sword and prove his right to rule. But what starts as a straightforward task soon becomes much more as the fate of the whole world hangs in the balance. Starring Mel Gibson. Okay, I see no problem with that. Upon booting up the game, we're greeted by quite an interesting loading screen. A goat's head pasted onto a fat man riding a scooter. There's a lot I could say about this image, but I think I'll just sum it up with this. The title screen is a badly drawn image with an MS-DOS palette and questionable shading technique, featuring our presumed protagonist fleeing from a nuclear blast, I think. In a weird, non-sequitur, intentionally bad sort of way, this actually could look pretty badass. There are some options, like HDR, blast processing, and the Second Amendment. Okay, so put air quotes around options because most of them don't actually seem to do anything other than, this. You can set phasers to stun, though. That's something. The most interesting option has to be the fun option, which, when clicked, plays Winston Churchill's "We shall fight on the beaches" speech.
Napoleon laid Boulogne for a year with his flat-bottomed boat.
Well, that's enough of that. Let's dig right into the gameplay of Mobility Scooter Massacre. Now, I could narrate, explain, and make witticisms about it for you, but I think it's better that you, before I say anything, just watch this first level. Did you catch that? Let me break down what you just saw. I click play, and then an enthusiastic man in a helmet, who doesn't seem to have anything to do with anything, gleefully shouts, I'm then thrust into the first, and presumably only level, with my directive being to press down to scoot. I do so, and am immediately hit by a car, literally exploding into severed limbs which go flying off, and then the game crashes and kicks me back to the desktop. Okay, maybe it was just like a glitch or something, you might be thinking. Well, I don't know about that. What I can tell you is that the outcome is always the same. I know because I tried it a lot. No matter what you do, you always die. Go forward, get hit by the car. Stay still, car. Go backwards onto the sidewalk, the car doesn't care. Like the Yeti in Ski Free, he will always find you. The only variation to this pattern is if you try to go left or right, in which case you'll immediately explode without the aid of the car. Oh, press down to scoot. I see, my bad. I'd like to get mad and cry, no fair, but honestly the game is only like 30 seconds long. It's hard to feel wronged when you have no investment. So instead, let's look at it in a different way. Let's try to ignore the fact that this game was probably made in a single afternoon, and let's also try to ignore the fact that the game's entire premise is fairly offensive. No, this game can't be quantified by a standard grading system, so instead, let's focus on the moral lesson to be learned from Mobility Scooter Massacre. Watching Scooter Man die without variation so many times in a row, it reminded me of the inevitability of death. The car is coming for all of us. The Reaper takes different forms, maybe old age, alien invasion, or a rabid duck, but in some way or another, the car is going to hit each and every one of us. At first, upon realizing this, I sorrowed, but then hope Yes, the car is coming, but it's what I do with the 4 or 5 seconds I have before the car drives onto the sidewalk and kills me that matters. I remembered I should appreciate the small things, and each and every moment I should live and love, pet puppies, watch the sun rise, and inevitably set. Thank you, Mobility Scooter Massacre. You have freed me. Or whatever. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. What moral lesson did you learn from this masterpiece? Let me know in the comments. Also be sure to like and subscribe, and you can find links to our Facebook and Twitter down below in the description. If you're in the mood for more Sharpshooter, here's a link to some other videos I've done. Thanks again for watching.
Blood fraud.